I've just been reading some stuff on the internet. I think it's written by Jesus Allegro, about the sacred mushroom in the cross and about the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'll read you a bit in a minute. What's interesting is some bloke says to me, well, it could have been some bird. Anyway, someone says to me on the old YouTube that, like, Jesus, there's loads of evidence that Jesus existed as a man, and, you know, that basically what Jesus Allegro discovered was Gnostic sort of stuff about drugs and stuff, different drugs and stuff, and that's what he found. But I mean, I've just been reading that the Gnostics came along in the 2nd century or something, and created their whole Gnostic way of life around then, which was like a long time after the event. It also says how everything got twisted, and by who. I'll read it. Like, for instance, the resurrection. The resurrection was like when you had this Jesus dying on the cross business. That was a symbol of the mushroom itself. It was known as the little cross. And this aeoli, or whatever it is that Jesus says, which is meant to mean, when he's on the cross he says that, and it's meant to mean, oh Father, forgive them, or forgive me, or whatever. But in actual fact, they've deciphered it, and it doesn't mean that at all. It's something to do with when the canopy of heaven is outstretched in the sky. That's in actual fact when the mushroom is outstretched to its full point, and it's about the timing. It's telling people when to pick and what incantation to say as you pick. It's fabulous. It's an answer to the oldest secret that has kept this world in turmoil. You know, religious ridiculousness is how we've been forced to live. Now, is this because the mushroom, Jesus, or whatever you want to call it, the sacred mushroom has been taken away from our diet, and therefore we're all going a little bit crazy? I mean, you could think that partaking of mushrooms, that might send you a little bit crazy, and yeah, whatever, maybe it does. We do need to go a little bit crazy or whatever. But it does do that for a few hours, because you see things like what you might have read about in the Bible. You'll see things that will blow your mind, you know, things you won't be able to believe are happening. But after that, it actually has an effect on your body and mind after that, and puts you, as a human being, it puts you in a really good place. it sorts you right out. You know, all those things that you have, that we're all plagued with, you know, which are our minds and emotions and all the rest of it. Mushroom trips tend to sort all that out. Let's talk about Mary Magdalena. Who is she? Who was she? She was a female. She was a female marijuana plant. She was sacred, and she was written about as a woman. So don't you women go and get ideas that you can be the Mary Magdalena, because you can't. Because she was a plant. Just like you guys that are out there thinking you could be Jesus, you can't, because Jesus was a mushroom. It's simple, isn't it, really? It's nature. Yeah, Allegro, he may have found stuff that is pertaining to Gnostic, agnostic beliefs about drugs and stuff, but it don't mean that what he discovered about the origins of the word Jesus, he discovered that it's a fact. It's a historical fact that the church has tried to wipe out and ignore. We're not taught about it in schools. No one, you know, when you say, oh, Jesus was a mushroom, people laugh. Fair enough, let them laugh. That's because they don't understand the realities of what are being said to them. They're blind. Their pineal gland, third eye, has not been opened by the magic mushroom, obviously. And, like, this information could save the world from its crazy self. Maybe we need mushroom DNA in our DNA to be good human beings. Where's the moralistic Bible? What's the Bible saying? Moralistically, it's got a great message, but does it mean that we can't take the message of the Bible, all the good morals of the Bible, because it's based on drugs and mushroom understandings and theories? No, because those people were tripping on sacred mushrooms when they come up with those great moralistic ideas. And maybe that's what we all naturally need to do, is to partake of magic mushrooms so that we can have these moralistic, good, natural thoughts. And that if we don't partake, we end up in a chaotic, overrun society ruled by people that just want to control us, to work us, you know, no spirit. I was meant to be doing my makeup. I mean, are our governments the Antichrist? Because if Christ is the mushroom and they're making it illegal, they are the Antichrist. And that's a pretty heavy, nasty thing to be. We're meant to be having faith in our governments, but we can all see they're the Antichrist because they're anti-mushrooms. Why are they the Antichrist? Because they're anti-mushrooms. Why are they anti-mushrooms? Because they want to rule and control people, and mushrooms stop them from doing that.